Hello everyone and welcome back to Higher Standards here at Grey Ogre Games. My name is Mick. I'm your host for tonight. And we're watching a match between no, it's not P Chup Fu, it's P Chun. Fu P Chun and Matthew Lai. Score reset. Too many moving parts now for the stream. I wish we had a production manager to be able to just do all the EP, that's what they call him. Anyway, yeah, how you guys doing? Let us know in the chat. It looks like we're offline, or it looks from, gosh, I have no clue what's up with the Twitch dashboard, because it looks like we're offline. And it's quite annoying. We don't know how many people are watching. We don't even know if you're watching. So, not cool, man. Anyway, Matthew is playing the Madu Vehicles deck, and Pichun is also playing Madu Vehicles. So, it's the mirror match. We've seen this all weekend if you've been watching the seasonal qualifiers. You know. Hey Mark, why you don't like to close the door? Why you like that? Why you like people got talking in here? People talk in here, people outside will hear. Yeah. Mark being responsible human being. Okay, thanks Jeffrey for the update. And the table a bit crooked, so I'll go adjust it later. But I bet you it has something to do with Danny. Anyway. Yeah, I bet. So I'll go adjust the table after the match is done. But yeah, Pichun here with a Heart of Kiran. And nothing else really to follow up with. Except a Gideon. And here we're going to get a token. Is Pichun going to crew up the copter? I mean the Heart of Kiran? No. Heart of Kiran, one of the most powerful cards from Aether Revolt. I think the most expensive card from Aether Revolt so far. Yeah, this card is just amazing. Despite how many copies there are out there, they're still just... The price is just phenomenal at this point. +1 to the Gideon, just swings in with the Gideon for 5 points of damage. Not going to crew up the Heart of Kiran for good measure, I feel. Because Matthew is definitely holding on to a Fatal Push, and I think Pichun is able to read that because in his hand is Fatal Push as well. So it's not out of this world to believe that Pichun has some kind of intuition, or that Matthew actually has removal in his hand, and Matthew is just like mono removal right now. Matthew just gonna draw 5 mana just down the drain, not able to do anything with that 5 mana. Spire of Industry here, gonna tap and cycle away some lands, and finally draws something of consequence, which is a Scrap Heap Scrounger. And at this point you start casting it. There's no reason not to cast the Scrap Heap Scrounger. So Pichun here with a stacked board, but a handful of not a lot. How about that? Gideon goes up, maybe Gideon goes down, crew up the Heart of Kiran, everybody swings in, and that's a lot of damage. Yep. So Heart of Kiran gets crewed, and we're gonna see a humongous swing. 2 Craft Exemplar becomes a 3-1, 3-2. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 13 points of damage. License Disintegration here, gonna take out Oh man, what does it take out now? The two craft exemplar are gonna try to minimize the amount of damage here, but it's still 10 points of damage, and Matthew is dead to a shock essentially, and with no blockers. That looks like the case, and Matthew just a lot of lands, a lot of removal for something that for a deck that runs only 22 lands in standard. Not ideal, let's just say. I think you crack the clue, try to figure out what's the next step. All right, so oh no, Scrap Heap Scrounger, I definitely not the most optimal play here. You definitely want to crack the clue. You probably want to leave up unlicensed disintegration. Thraben Inspector blocks Gideon, but you're still taking more than lethal damage, so maybe drawing off the clue would have been a lot better. If you had a fatal push, okay, so what will happen is that if you had a fatal push, so Matthew thinking of how to deal with the Gideon. Okay, so how he can survive is that if Matthew has a shock in hand, but he doesn't. It's just an unlicensed disintegration. Okay, we're going to go to game 2. Pichun handily takes that one. So yeah, definitely just draw off of the clue. So what could have happened is that you kill one of the 2/3s, or you kill one of the 2 powered creatures with unlicensed, put 3 damage to 3 damage to Gideon, draw off the clue, and then hope for a shock or hope for another creature, because you're not winning the game by trying to get the extra 3 points of damage by a Scrap Heap Scrounger, which should have been done the previous turn. So yeah, just a few sequencing miss sequence plays. But of course, the previous turn he was playing the unlicensed disintegration, probably to try to stay alive. Otherwise, this turn he will have 0 life. So yeah, not the best time to play the Scrap Heap Scrounger in any situation anyway. So yeah. So yeah, I was curious. Like he cycled the land, and yet didn't cycle the did not cycle away the. He cycled away the land, but didn't draw off the clue. So he was in the right headspace, just maybe in the never carried through with the plan. Alright, if you're just joining us, you're watching Higher Standards here at Grey Ogre Games. My name is Mick. I'm your host for tonight. We are watching the match between Pichun and Matthew. Both of them are playing Mardu vehicles. And so how do you sideboard? If you're Mardu vehicles, how do you sideboard against the other Mardu vehicles? This one is going to be interesting. Magma Sprays going to be very useful, because that gets rid of practically anything in the deck that is not of Heart of Kiran. If I'm not sure about this card. I think this card is very poor. Chandras definitely go in. You want to basically transition the game to a mid-rangey type deck. And this new card people are talking about, is fandangled new thing called Glory Bringer, is I think gonna be quite powerful. So Let's see, let's see. I believe that should be the sideboard. Then you take out basically, you take out quite a few things. You take out your Thraben Inspector. Actually, no, Thraben Inspector is still good. So you probably take out. Oh, what do you take out from the deck? Heart of Kieran's are still good. Maybe you take out the Scrap Heap Scroungers, since they're gonna be the target of Magma Sprays anyway. But that's an artifact. So if you take out too many artifacts from your deck, then your Spire doesn't work too well. And once what you're substituting in is very heavy, like double red. You need red black. You basically need very very tough color requirements. So you don't want to turn off your Spires. Alright, so Matthew draws up that 6 after the mulligan, takes the scry, leaves it on the top, I think. I didn't really see that. But looks like it's fine. He's brought in Cast Out and he's gonna cycle Cast Out to get some lands. You see, so Spire of Industry will work if okay, sure, he's got a Heart of Kieran, which is great. And let's see whether he can follow up that play. Let's see what Pichun has in store. And he has released the Gremlins. So yeah, one of the things about this one of the things about this particular matchup is that sometimes post board your opponent takes out a lot of their vehicles because they don't really work. Here we go. Release the Gremlins here. Manic Vandal in sorcery form. And just gonna pass the turn. Now, well, Manic Vandal, not so bad. But I actually do like Bifrost a lot better. It's very much more mana efficient. But this is not like a hyper aggressive deck after sideboard. You wanna just keep your drops coming. You're gonna drop a token and just pass the turn. If that token does get taken out by, let's say, a unlicensed disintegration, then Matthew's in a lot of trouble. And it looks like it's gonna happen. Unlicensed disintegration, 3 damage to Gideon. So Thraben Inspector hits Gideon down to 1, and Matthew takes 2 points from the Gremlin token. But unbeknownst to Pichun, Matthew has Gideon number 2. Does he have a land number 2? Yes. So Gideon, and then followed up by the Thraben Inspector. So Thraben Inspector first gets the clue. Does he go Gideon number 2? Yep. Gideon number 2. And puts a token, passes the turn. So now Gideon's sort of protected. Maybe not. Who knows? But Pichun has his Gideon of his own. And might just Gideon Emblem? Just to make his creatures huge. Then Matthew should just Emblem next turn. And Fatal Push. You're gonna get rid of the token. Gideon gonna go down to 3. That's fine. Maybe Gideon goes down to 2. That's okay. Of course, that leaves Gideon in range of shock. So and take that 1 more damage, and then Gideon of his own. And of course, his Gideon is at 4, and Matthew's Gideon is at 2. So somebody's on the losing end. Let's see. No Heart of Kieran here because of the release the Gremlins, and the Gremlin token proving to be useful still. So ever so useful. So what's this 4 mana? Is that cast out? Yeah, cast out. I'm going to take away that. I take away your Gideon. I build back my board. I build back my board. And unless of course Pichun has another Gideon. Oh, that's a nice. Release the Gremlins. And will be able to take out the clue on Matthew's side, and why not take that opportunity? He'll try to swing everything at Gideon. Gideon will be left at 1. The trade here and here. So Gremlin dies. Knight ally dies. Both knights die. And Gideon goes down to 1. But of course, he's got to be careful because there's a Needle Spires on Matthew's side. So, And he's going to try to... Wow, he's going for 2, in fact. So he kills his own clue token. Alright. What did Matthew draw here? He's got enough mana for the Needle Spires. He's got the red, he's got the white. He's wondering, does he needs another black. Oh, Gideon doesn't pop out a token? Oh? Oh, Matthew didn't activate Gideon. That is strange. Alright. So, pun on Matthew's side there. I don't think there's any other ability, right? I think, Gideon just takes up and then swings. What? What?
If you forget to put the zombie, when you discover it, do you still get the zombie?
Was
Is it
anybody
like a
watching?
No,
Then probably not.
no.
Incorrect resolution of the spell, and like if it's 2 turns
It's not
over.
like a price amalgam like that.
It's not like a price amount.
Price amalgam when you discover it in the graveyard,
You put it on the
put
stack.
it on the stack.
No, but that's because you already announced the trigger. That's because you already announced the trigger because it's a delayed trigger. This one is no. Yeah, it's incorrect resolution. Like if there's nobody there to catch it, then like it's going to be hard to verify. Okay, so I don't know, man. It's not a lot that Matthew can do right now. He's got License Disintegration in hand, probably take out one of Pichun's creatures, but that's about it. He's going to be taking a lot of damage here. Scrapheap Scrounger and a whole bunch of Gremlin tokens. Did one Gremlin token die already? Nope. Nope, this is gonna die now. But Matthew goes down here to 7. And next turn is gonna be problematic. So he's got Fatal Push that will help to get rid of, let's say, a Scrapheap Scrounger, because that's the most amount of mana, most devastating. Fatal Push here on the Walking Ballista is gonna shoot Matthew for 3, and I don't think there's any combination that's going to help, because even if he does take out the Needle Spires, that's not going to uh, not going to help. So yeah, I think Matthew just the first game I think just bad draws, but this is not the sideboard I felt was a little incorrect. The cast out good against the Gideons, but very slow. You need something fast, targeted removal, magma sprays to get rid of your opponent's scrap heap scroungers for good. So yeah, I think sideboarding could have been a little better. I don't think you take out the walking ballistas because ballista kills practically on one, kills a lot of other things. So yeah. All right, we're going to go for a break. It's 28 minutes into, we got 28 minutes left into the round. So that was a pretty quick game. Congrats to Pichun. We're going to go for a break. I'll put you on a replay, but before I go, just want to let you know that you can join us on the stream every Tuesday and Wednesday, 8 p.m. Singapore time, to watch either standard or modern. And, you join me or Alfian. We'll be casting. Sometimes on the weekends we cast as well. Like last weekend we had the seasonal qualifiers in which Jeffrey Chan, Mr. Truth or Dare, won. Total domination. You can also catch replays of tournaments on youtube.com/Grey Ogre Games. If you want to find out more about the invitationals, go on down to greyogregames.com. Last but not least, do listen to the Power 9 podcast. Every week, myself and Alfian, we get together and we talk shop about this little game called Magic the Gathering. Alright, we're going to go off for a while. Don't go away. We'll be back with round 3 soon enough. See you guys.